Built to Last is brought to you by the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council Labor Management Committee and by Meggitt Financial for the working men and women of organized labor. Welcome to Built to Last. I'm Mark Nilsson. In Southern Illinois, skilled union tradesmen and women are tackling a project that took strength, perseverance, and determination just to get off the ground, fitting for a town that inspired one of the toughest cartoon characters ever drawn.
It's been discussed for a lot of years how disastrous this old bridge is.
We're going to think that we have died and gone to heaven when the new bridge is open.
This bridge is truly the lifeline of this community.
In Southern Illinois, carpenters from the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council are working above the mighty Mississippi to replace the old Chester Bridge, a connection between East and West that is critical to the region.
My grandfather helped build the first bridge in Chester. There had been just ferry service up until that point.
If it wasn't for that bridge, Perryville probably wouldn't be what it is, and Chester probably wouldn't be what it is.
Chester's a very old community, settled in the early 1800s as a trading post on the river. Our most famous citizen is Popeye the Sailor.
Chester is the home of Popeye. There was a gentleman by the name of Elsie Seeger who created Popeye.
Home of Popeye, Brutus, olive oil. There's a statue on every street corner.
He modeled most of the major characters after people he knew growing up here in Chester. The people of Chester are also kind, strong, and determined. And so in the early 1940s, the first bridge was constructed as a toll bridge. A couple of years later, a big storm came through and picked the bridge up and threw it in the river.
It was demolished in a windstorm, had to be reconstructed a few years later in 1946.
It's just well past its planned life at this point, and it doesn't really meet the needs of the amount of transportation that we have.
It's very narrow. There's two lanes that are barely 12 foot with no shoulder.
There's been a lot of mirrors clipped on this current bridge. I mean, it's pretty tight.
It's very wonky and a little bit scary. You can stand underneath this old bridge and actually see things fall off of it from time to time. It's rusting.
It's a time for the new bridge.
But a new bridge wouldn't come easy. Led by local businessman Don Welge, it took years of hard work and determination. Finally, with the strength of Popeye, after a can of spinach, Don powered through and got the job done.
My dad became a really passionate advocate for the need for a new bridge.
Don was quite a man. He would go to the Capitol in Missouri and he would work hard for advocating for a new bridge.
He was very involved in both Chester and Perryville. We said he had kind of one leg on each side of the river.
And he finally did it. I had to sign a proclamation as being the mayor of Chester supporting the bridge and naming it the Don Welge Memorial Bridge, because without Don, it wouldn't have happened.
Projects like this don't come up often. We're very lucky to have a project this size in our area.
It means a lot of jobs. Everybody down here that's working on the project is local.
1.4 miles from my front door. Once I step out, it doesn't take me long to get here.
This is a two-state project on the Missouri side and the Illinois side. Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council covers the entire state of Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, and Iowa. So with that comes mobility. Our members can travel from Illinois to Missouri and likewise without any restriction.
The carpenters are all one, so they all talk together as the same rather than have to talk to two separate, complete entities.
It's very important that the workers on the site are capable and experienced. You don't build a bridge like this every day.
And just like our hero Popeye, the men and women of the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council are ready to take on any challenge.
Our carpenters embody the strength and determination of Popeye himself.
They are tough and they don't stop until they're done.
The grit, the strength of just being beat down so hard, but then you just get back up and you just fight even harder and get everything knocked out.
It takes a special kind of person to get up 250 feet off the water.
The carpenters have been called to duty and they've done a real good job.
The men and women from the Carpenters are skilled and knowledgeable enough to do this work.
I love it. Being a carpenter, and I would never go back any other way.
When the final beam is placed and the last nail driven, the Chester Bridge will stand as not just steel and concrete, but as a tribute to the legacy of a community that is built to last.
I look forward to a great grand opening to the bridge in 2026.
I look at this bridge as a legacy that I helped build this with my brothers and sisters, with my hands, side by side, and still going home every night.
It's going to be such a spectacular structure when it's done.
When it's all complete, I'll be very proud of this bridge project.
I know Don would be happy with the way it's being done. I think this would honor Don's legacy.
I think seeing that beautiful bridge on the river here would make him very happy.
Every day, the working men and women of organized labor build our communities and provide vital services. At Megan, we believe your financial future should be as strong and dependable as the work you do. Our team and planning solutions are tailored specifically for union members and your unique financial needs. That's where Megan Financial stands apart. For decades, we've worked side by side with labor unions, helping members understand and maximize their benefits. From pensions to annuity plans, health savings to retirement readiness, we provide personalized investor advice and wealth management. At Megan Financial, your goals are the priority. Let's build a future that is steadfast and hardworking as you are, where union expertise meets strategic planning. Visit Megan.com today.
Armstrong takes pride in making a positive difference in people's lives. With the broadest portfolio in the industry and proven technical performance, contractors can install with confidence. Our ceiling construction expertise, training, and pre-engineered solutions make it seamless to transition from one end of the building to the other. Solutions like Frame-All drywall grid, including simple soffit prefabricated bend and click soffit framing, the faster, easier, better way to build from Armstrong.
Welcome back to Built to Last. Careers in the trades are hotter than ever, but figuring out where to begin and which path fits can feel like solving a puzzle. In Kansas City, there's a group of reps from various trade unions that is handing young men and women the blueprint to build a successful future of their own.
I said, there's so many different pathways in a career. The job is dead end. Career is live. It focuses on different aspects. You can do different things. I've been a carpenter for 31 years, but I've done all these other aspects of what a tradesman is. It's a journey.
Every year, thousands of students enter the workforce ready to begin their own journeys for the first time.
So I wanted to be a pipe fitter because my stepdad's a pipe fitter in the union. But my instructor, Andy, actually kind of was talking me through the Carpenters Union. He was telling me, he was like, hey man, I got some buddies in here, they do real well, they like it. So I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try.
Years ago, it was a cat fight to try to get people not interested in other trades, but now we're not into that business anymore. We're trying to direct everybody into their own pathway, whichever one it should be.
By abandoning rivalries of the past, recruitment leaders were able to band together and form the Union Stars program.
Union Stars is an organization that's geared to help students and young adults learn more about the construction and then also help them get into one of our apprenticeship programs.
The STAR stands for Skilled Trades Awareness Recruitment Support.
It's a collective effort to help increase our numbers, but then also to help educate students on careers into the construction industry.
We know the stories and opportunities that are out there, the potential and opportunities for people to have careers like we do.
The more community we have, the more involvement we have, the more outreach we have, the more capabilities of helping other communities as well is what we have. So having that camaraderie and having that brotherhood is definitely key with moving our organizations forward.
But we always run across people that are interested in the trades. And sometimes we're a good fit, sometimes we're not, but we're more than willing to share each other's opportunities.
We have about 20 different skilled trades a student can select from, and so the goal is to help them get into one of our programs, and then we're going to train them to become a master in one of those skilled trades.
The key to Union Star's success is education.
You want to be a hands-on worker, this is the way to go, and the opportunities, the pros about it, and just giving them a new look.
You'll kind of see the parents most of the times not being informed about it.
This collaboration is based on everybody's idea of making sure we have awareness of what the career in construction can lead them to.
Seeing what we do that may not have known we existed, or maybe dialing it in a little bit and saying, oh, I had no idea what sheet metal workers do, or I had no idea what carpenters do. And maybe it opened up a spot to where, yeah, I would like to try that.
Because at the end of the day, the union is still a school. You're learning everything, but you're learning it differently.
That support and training goes a long way in making new tradespeople feel right at home.
I was scared at first, because I always hear like union workers are mean, but everybody there is pretty solid, they're nice and pretty welcoming.
Honestly, the people that I'm around, it's my kind of people.
So going with the skilled or construction trades gives them an opportunity of having that camaraderie and being a part of that brotherhood and kind of expanding it into their life and possibly even their children's lives as well.
Finishing an apprenticeship isn't an ending, it's another beginning. That's why it's referred to as journeying out. With support, training, and unity, this next generation of builders are already making their mark one nail at a time.
But I'm, no longer an apprentice. That feels really good to say that. It's really exciting because it's been a journey, a journey to just make it.
About a month ago, I was leaving to go to a career fair, and a kid walked up to me and said, Mo, you were the first guy I talked to since I walked in the door. And 4 years from now, I'm journeying out. And because of people like you is the reason why I'm still doing this. And he wanted to shake my hand and say thank you for being that person that he first talked to when he walked through the door. That made my day. I said, no matter what happened that day, I was like, man, this is solid. This is what makes me do my job every day.
Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, community, or utility-scale solar systems, developers throughout the United States and Canada are integrating renewable energy systems into a variety of businesses and construction developments, and this demand is growing every day. The United Brotherhood of Carpenters are the skilled energy professionals in building and installing sustainable, precision-built structures, adding value at all the stages of construction.
They're able to look for key advantages that we might be able to implement to install them faster and better.
From solar arrays to wind turbine developments, the United Brotherhood of Carpenters provides a professional, skilled, local workforce to build these renewable energy developments throughout the U.S. and Canada, providing the highest quality and safety standards in the industry. Insist on the best in delivering your project needs, on time and within budget.
Welcome back to Built to Last. Chicago Public High School students attended an event where they traded textbooks for tool belts. This isn't your typical field trip. These teens are getting hands-on, trying out real tools and seeing firsthand how a career in the skilled trades can build more than just a paycheck. This event might just change the way they see their futures. In February, Chicago Public School students took meaningful steps into their futures. Skilled Trades 2025 invited them to explore career paths in the trades, hands-on, up close, and led by the people building our cities every day.
We are hosting over 400 young people who have expressed an interest in a career in the trades to do a hands-on exploration here at the Carpenters Training Center. And our goal is really to create an experience like a college visit for students who are interested in the trades.
They're primarily CPS juniors and seniors who attended the skilled trades fairs. The Chicago Public Schools has done a lot of work and are really embracing this as a pathway.
Hire 360 is a great workforce development partner. That access point for us of really having people believe young people should come while they're still in high school and really get these experiences has been invaluable.
We've been partnering with the Chicago Public Schools and the Mayor's Office and our trade union contractor partners for about the last 3 or 4 years now. And the whole goal is really to show the next generation about the great opportunities in construction. That there's really exciting job opportunities, great middle-class jobs to raise a family on, and a lot of pride. Really the focus is to get CPS juniors and primarily seniors exposed to careers in the construction industry.
They're able to interact with some of the other people that are there, whether it be contractors, other organizations that are youth serving. They also had some other elements for the event where they got a chance to apply for jobs. And they also get a chance to participate in a panel discussion with other people in the trades that can answer questions, talk about their careers.
It was such a huge career opportunity. I seen what it was, took advantage of it.
For the last couple of years, we did a big skilled trades fair at McCormick. What that was more of an exposure event. It was large and not as hands-on. This is the first year where we've done skilled trades events directly at training centers with our labor partners. Oh my gosh, just watching the kids come in and right away see, oh, we're in an actual training facility. There's wood over here, there's drywall there, they're building a frame here. The kids are excited. They're ready to jump right in and try it.
We've got the practical skills. They're going to be putting together some concrete forms. They're going to be screwing off some drywall. And then behind me, they're going to be pounding some nails.
For many students, this was their first time holding a level, touching concrete forms, or speaking with a union carpenter. It's not about pressure, it's about possibilities.
They loved the hands-on. They were able to put their hands on tools, screw guns, hammers. They really showed a lot of interest in it.
My favorite thing here today I did was probably the concrete installation because it was very nice. It's something that's the first time I ever did that.
Quite a few of them were ready. Quite a few other kids were ready and willing to jump right in. I had to keep them engaged as much as I possibly could to show them the different aspects of carpentry. I had a lot of fun with them.
See it? I can't pay you for that. What are you going to do to fix this?
The Carpenters see training not only as a requirement, but as a responsibility, because strong futures don't just build themselves.
They loved it. They really got a good chance to, learn about their pathway into construction.
Union career opportunities are some of the best, right? It's an area where workers have a voice, working collectively for job site conditions. There's also great pay, training, and benefits. It's been really good working with Chicago Public Schools, who represent a really diverse student body, and bringing them out to show students from every neighborhood and every community what these great careers are like.
We always need the next generation of kids coming into the trades, learning the trades, learning from the more experienced folks already in the trades.
I'm part of the Carpenters Union. All the women in my family were nurses, so I had to learn what I liked. I had to learn.
Not every student will pick up a hammer, but many left this day with something more important: a sense of direction, a sense of purpose, and the knowledge that a solid career can be built one careful cut, one steady step at a time.
I'm interested in pursuing this carpentry mainly because I'm a hand-on person and I like math.
A lot of them left with brochures. When can I sign up? Where can I sign up? How do I find out about this? They now have a way to connect the dots and how to get into this.
The trade of carpentry is a viable option for them. You're going to make some good money. You're going to have the benefits. You will get a pension. And then you have the vacation fund and the annuity as well.
They help you build like your future. Yeah, I would love to be a carpenter.
Looking to boost your organization with high-quality American and union-made products?
At Stars and Stripes Silk Screening, Embroidery, and Promotional Products, we've got you covered. From custom apparel to bags and promotional items, we help unions stand out with top-tier products that leave a lasting impression. Built tough for the brothers and sisters who build everything else. Choose Union Made at Stars and Stripes. Call today and get a quote.
For over 160 years, one name has forged America's backbone. From raw steel to the hands of those who build our nation, Klein crafts every tool with uncompromising precision. American-made isn't just our standard, it's our legacy. When you hold a Klein tool, you're holding generations of craft, the sweat of American workers, and a promise. Klein Tools, built here.
Unions need a collective voice, just like workers do. We built the National Coalition of Labor to bring unions together to provide valuable benefits beyond the health care and retirement that their members already receive. Because we know that with numbers, there is strength. Strength that gives us the purchasing power to negotiate the best supplemental benefits that our members deserve at the lowest cost possible. Because united we bargain, divided we beg. Contact the NCL to see how your union can join our growing coalition.
Want a great career? Join the Carpenters Union and be part of the next generation building our communities. With the Carpenters Union Career Connections program, high school students get a head start on the industry's leading curriculum. Learn the latest in construction technology and the many skilled crafts the Carpenters Union represents. Plus, earn as you learn. Receive a nice paycheck, health insurance benefits, and best of all, no college debt. Ask your school district to participate in the Career Connections program and get started on your future.
Welcome back to Built to Last. What do you get when workers grab the mic and start talking? A bold new radio show that's not afraid to tackle the real issues on the job site and beyond. Powered by the National Coalition of Labor and the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council, this show pulls no punches and is made for the workers by the workers.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Workers' Mic right here on 720 WGN.
In a world where corporate spin dominates the airwaves, one show is dialing into something real. The voice of the workers, loud and clear.
We're at the WGN studios for the Workers' Mic, which is a radio show that's on every Sunday. It's just a way for labor to get word out of what's going on.
A few years ago, I had an idea to do a one-day special on Labor Day. I felt it necessary to talk about Chicago's influence on the international labor movement, as Chicago is a labor town.
They called me and said, hey, would you like to sponsor or be part of a panel for a show that was airing on Labor Day?
I got in touch with Ken Edwards, who's the director of the National Coalition of Labor. We met for coffee, and anybody that knows Ken knows he's quite the personality, and he's a great communicator.
They offered me a show, and that's how it started. I immediately called my former coworker Ed Maher.
I'm one of the co-hosts on the Workers' Mic, and I think the Workers' Mic is here to fill a void of sort of information about unions.
The show was given a 1-hour time slot on Sundays at 8 a.m. Ratings have grown exponentially since its 2022 debut, and now the show competes for the highest listenership in its market. If you're not an early bird, no worries. You can catch the replay anytime as a downloadable podcast.
As we got bigger, we called Phil Davidson from the Carpenters.
My boss at the time said, we can talk about unions in general and just the labor movement. We can also talk about all the cool and important work that we're doing for our members and for the working class.
The Workers' Mic is proudly powered by the people who get the job done. Sponsored in part by the National Coalition of Labor, which provides supplemental benefits to card-carrying union members, including the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council. Because when it comes to building a stronger workforce, these folks bring the tools and the talent.
We give listeners a perspective of what the working class is up to and the issues that we care about, the fights that we battle on a daily basis.
On the Workers' Mic, no topics are off the table, from practical tips like how workers can make the most of their hard-earned benefits to big, bold conversations that go deep, like today's episode where the guys and their guests took on the hot-button issue of construction industry tax fraud head-on.
What are we saying when we talk about tax fraud?
Under the table wages.
Illegal construction.
There's $25 billion that should be paid into workman's comp carriers for workman's comp in this country.
25 billion.
Billion.
Today's show is about tax fraud. And tax fraud is something that we've dealt with for years.
If there is this alleged 1099 guy or comp, what happens when they get hurt?
They could, lose everything. And it costs money for everyone because there's no income tax being paid. It's millions and millions of dollars a year that is lost because of this.
Covering important topics like this is how the Workers' Mic keeps turning up the volume and building a loyal audience of workers who know their voice matters. This isn't just talk radio, it's the voice of workers, loud and clear from job site to job site.
Having been a member gives you a credibility that just can't be replaced by anything.
There was such a thirst in this market for this type of content, and we're seeing that. Emails and text, and when we do segments where we ask listeners to call in, the response is overwhelming.
It's fun, it's educational. The guys really do a great job at really explaining everything to somebody who isn't in the union.
Whatever you do, you've had challenges at work. We talk about things on the show that rank and file union members can relate to.
We're not going to pull any punches. I'm sure there's some things we say that, some advertisers might not be all that thrilled about, but we've never been told of, hey, pull back on that or anything.
Sure, the Workers' Mic tackles the tough stuff, but don't let that fool you. This on-air crew loves what they do, and they bring the fun every time they fire up the mic. Tune in and you'll hear it. Passion, purpose, and plenty of personality. Straight from the airwaves to the job site.
We took call-ins. Did you guys hear the question, how do you guys like working with Phil Davidson? I'm like, that's why you called?
She comes in 10 minutes later, she's like, that was Phil. I was like, what?
You could probably just take all that out.
It is a good feeling to be able to get the word out there to the public about, who we are, what we do, and what we can do to help.
Ken Edwards and Ed Maher, they are as knowledgeable of union guys as you will find. And I think, they're also very entertaining, so we have a good time on the show.
The show affords us the ability to let union members and also non-union members know what's important and what's going on.
We're just having a great time doing this, and to know that people are listening and getting something out of it, it's wonderful. It makes you feel really great.
Cool.
That was awesome, man.
Yeah,
we will be back with more Workers' Mic on 720 WGN.
That's all for this episode of Built to Last. Don't forget to follow us on social media at TikTok, Facebook, X, and Instagram. I'm Mark Nilsson. We'll see you next time.